When I stand before you today, I want you to understand something very clearly. 2026 is not going to wait for you. Life is not going to pause until you feel ready. Opportunities don't knock politely, they demand a decision. And that decision is simple. Either you go all in or you stay stuck where you are. Too many people waste their lives waiting for the perfect timing, waiting for someone to believe in them, waiting for a guarantee of success. But the truth is, there are no guarantees. There is only risk. There is only courage. There is only that raw moment where you say, FCK it. I'm going all in. Nothing less will do. And let me tell you, if you walk through life half-committed, half-hearted, half-invested, you will never know the taste of true victory. You will always wonder what could have been. You will always live with the haunting thought that maybe, just maybe you played it too safe. But if you go all in, if you burn the bridges behind you and step forward with nothing but your vision and your determination, you will unlock a power inside you that you never even knew existed. That is the mindset of winners. That is the energy of leaders. That is the choice of those who shape history, not those who watch it. So tonight, I'm asking you to stay with me. Listen with your heart wide open. Because what I'm about to share with you is not just another speech. It's a call to action, a challenge, a declaration. If you let these words sink in, if you truly absorb them, then 2026 will not just be another year for you. It will be the year that changes everything. When you decide to chase something bigger than yourself, when you dare to dream of something that shakes the ground you stand on, the very first thing you have to do is cut off every escape route. You can't hold on to a backup plan. You can't whisper to yourself, if this doesn't work out, I'll just fall back on something safe. Because the truth is, that safety net is the very thing that keeps you from climbing to the top. As long as you have a way out, you'll never give everything you have to the way forward. And if you don't give everything, you'll never truly win. Think about the moments in your life when you've hesitated. You wanted to step forward, but you held back just enough because you knew there was something soft to fall on if you slipped. That hesitation is exactly what costs people their dreams. It's not that they aren't capable. It's not that they don't have talent. It's that they never go all the way in because they're afraid to let go of what feels comfortable. But comfort is a trap. Comfort is where potential goes to die. History is not written by those who played it safe. History is written by those who said, this is it. There's no turning back. I'm all in. When you burn the bridges behind you, you remove every excuse, every distraction, every temptation to run when things get hard. And they will get hard. And there will be days when the weight feels unbearable, when doubt creeps in, when the people around you tell you it's impossible. That's when having no plan B saves you, because you don't get to turn around, you don't get to quit, you don't get to fall back. You only get to push through. And here's the thing. When your mind knows there's no other option, you discover strength you never thought you had. You fight harder. You think sharper. You find a way because there is no other choice. That is where real transformation begins. That is when you stop being someone who tries and you become someone who does. Going all in means betting on yourself in a way that scares you. It means staking your reputation, your comfort, your pride, sometimes even your relationships, because you believe so deeply in the vision you're chasing. It means staying up when others sleep, working when others quit, sacrificing what's easy for what's necessary. It's not glamorous and it's not for the faint of heart, but the ones who make that choice, the ones who cross the line with no way back, those are the ones who change everything. So if you want 2026 to be the year that defines you, if you want to step into it with fire, with clarity, with the kind of conviction that leaves no room for regret, you have to make that choice now. No more half efforts, no more safety nets, no more waiting. And burn the bridges and step forward knowing the only direction left is victory. Motivation is powerful, but it's fleeting. It comes in waves. Sometimes it surges and you feel unstoppable, and other times it disappears and leaves you with nothing but fatigue, doubt, and excuses. That's why if you rely only on motivation, you will never make it to the top. The difference between those who dream and those who win is discipline. Discipline is what shows up when motivation is gone. It's the habit of pushing forward whether you feel like it or not. It's the quiet force that builds greatness, brick by brick, day after day, without applause, without recognition, and often without anyone even noticing. The truth is, discipline is not glamorous. It doesn't give you instant results. It doesn't always feel good. But it is the one thing that guarantees progress. When you choose discipline, you're choosing consistency over comfort. You're choosing the long game over the quick fix. You're saying, I don't need to feel ready. I don't need to feel excited. I just need to show up and do the work. And when you string together enough of those days, when you do it again and again, something extraordinary begins to happen. Momentum builds, habits form, and soon the effort that once felt heavy becomes part of who you are. Discipline demands sacrifice, and that's where most people turn back. They don't want to give up the late nights, the distractions, the habits that pull them away from their goals. They don't want to trade comfort for commitment. But the reality is, every sacrifice you make strengthens you. Every time you say no to what weakens you, you say yes to what will build you. And while others are chasing temporary satisfaction, you're building a foundation that cannot be shaken. There will be mornings when you don't want to get out of bed. There will be nights when exhaustion whispers that you've done enough. There will be moments when quitting feels easier than continuing. But discipline doesn't ask if you feel like it. Discipline demands you rise, even when your body resists, even when your mind protests, even when every part of you craves an easier path. And here's the secret. On the other side of that resistance is strength. Every time you push through, you grow tougher. Every time you refuse to quit, you sharpen your edge. Every time you show up, no matter how you feel, you prove to yourself that you can't be broken. And that's the kind of person who thrives when the pressure is on. That's the kind of person who can step into 2026 with absolute certainty that no matter what comes, they will not fold. Discipline makes you unstoppable because it trains you to rise above circumstances, to ignore excuses, to move forward with relentless consistency. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what carries you to the finish line. Fear is something we all know too well. It creeps in quietly, telling us we might fail, whispering that people will laugh, warning us that the risk is too great. For most, fear becomes a wall, a reason to stop before they even begin. But here's the truth. Fear doesn't have to be your enemy. Fear can be your greatest weapon if you learn how to use it. Because fear is nothing more than energy, and when you decide to channel it instead of run from it, that energy becomes unstoppable fuel. Think about what fear really means. It shows up when something matters. You don't fear things that are meaningless. You fear the things that have the power to change your life. That fear is proof that you're standing on the edge of something big. It belongs to those who refuse to settle, those who risk it all, those who put everything on the line. In 2026, victory will belong to the all-in players,